Thanks for the support as a channel member, Elmer Fudd. Boys and girls, I know that you know how sexy the Bourne shirts that we had made recently were with the beautiful embroidered badges. What I'm not sure if you know is that we've also got a run of the new version of the Home Football Club shirts that are on sale right now. I'll put a link down in the description below. This is my Twitch save that I'm playing 4 nights a week at the moment. Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays and Sundays over at Twitch. The link to that's in the description below as well. But we had the home shirts completely redesigned for FM20, including this fantastic third choice / commemorative shirt of last year's YouTube save that has the names of every player who scored for home in the YouTube save in last season's series on there, and a special 25th anniversary white version of the embroidered badge. It is a thing of beauty. All 3 of those shirts are available on the link down in the description for the next 10 days or so. They go off sale on July the 26th. After that, they will never go up for sale again because we need to do another run of the Bourne shirts and then we'll run out of time. There won't be time to do a second run of the new home shirts. So if you want one, link in the description down below. If you want to see what home's all about, check me out on Twitch, or if you can't come to the evening streams, I'm going to be streaming for most of the day on Saturday. I'm starting at 10 a.m. for a subathon this Saturday. And fingers crossed, we're going to go through most of Saturday. So you can come and check me out in the daytime as well. Hello and welcome to part 142 of Bourne Again. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have league games against both Liverpool and Tottenham. They're both home games too, which means for the first time in ages, maybe I won't have to change my shirt halfway through the episode, which is always nice because standing shirtless in front of all of these cameras pointing at you from different angles doesn't do much for the old self-esteem. So it'd be nice not to have to change my shirt for once. Goodness me. Right, since you were last with me, we've been in good form. Very good form. This is what the Premier League looks like. We've made it all the way up to second in the league, just 5 points behind Manchester United, who are top, and stuttering. And I feel like this might be the best chance. Well, it's definitely the best chance we've ever had to win the league. It might be the best chance we get for a few years as well. As you can see as well, Christian Gomez slowly but surely working his way back up the goal scorers charts. He's up to 3rd on there now. He's even scored a couple of penalties recently. I'll prove that to you. Look, he scored a penalty there. He scored a penalty there. Christian Gomez has learned to take penalties. I have now remembered to take him off them because he missed one in that run as well. The man is a monster. If he could score penalties, he'd be on like 18 goals already this season, and his Premier League goal-scoring record would be even more ridiculous than it already is. But we are looking good in the Premier League. That's what I was trying to get at. Just as well, because we're going to get knocked out of the Champions League tomorrow, because we'll be playing Barcelona in the first knockout round of that. There's your reward for winning your group. We get to play Barcelona. And we've done some transfers. And when I say we've done transfers, I'm being sensible with my transfers. We've almost cleared our entire debt. Now, that's not all because of me selling players. We got the usual massive soft drinks / silly sponsorship. I don't think it was a soft drink sponsorship. I think it was a financial services sponsorship. But a 1-year, £69 million sponsorship deal. That was a big help. What was also a big help is a ridiculous board investment as well. You know how this works in Football Manager. Somewhere in there's a ridiculous figure for... I guess we just have to look for the ridiculous figures. There you go, a £68 million investment for our board. So the board did their bit by finding a sponsorship and putting a load of their own money in. So I thought, you know what? I need to do my bit as well. Let's sell some players. So we've sold some players without actually replacing them with anybody yet. I say yet because there probably is going to be somebody coming in, but we've sold 3 players. Vanya Dabac has gone to Everton. He was out of contract at the end of the season anyway, and they offered us more than we paid for him. He is homegrown at club, but he was never going to get anywhere near our team. I wasn't even going to renew his contract. So to get £7 million for him, I was laughing. Similarly, Pedro Bellico, he's now 30, turns 31 this summer. He never broke into the team. He was never going to get past Cerner Jackie. He was never that great of a backup even, looking at that goal record, that average rating record. We signed him for free. He's gone to play in China. £52 million we got for him. They're paying him a ridiculous £350,000 a week. It's a good deal for all concerned. We're all happy with that transfer. And it does leave us a little bit light for backup over that side. But of course, we've got Juninho and a couple of other options who could go out there if need be. And I am looking to potentially bring another winger in. Why can't I show you the last transfer? There we go. And the final transfer is we sold Gervin. We brought him back from his loan. He was on loan at Lyon, banging in the goals in Ligue 1. So we brought him back, offered him out for sale again, got an offer to go back to Ligue 1. He's gone to Monaco for £40 million. Lyon fans are probably very upset. But we just got £40 million for a player that we spent 24 million on. He was never any good for us. It looks like the French league is his level, so he'll go and have a lovely time over there. So, like I say, we've pretty much cleared our overdraft. We've still got £100 million of transfer debt, but we're working on it. We're finally starting to sort out the financial future of this football club, and if we can continue to be a Champions League team each year, I don't think it's going to take that long to sort. I don't think it's as disastrous as some people seem to think it is. So, let's get into the Liverpool game. A couple of wins here. We could find ourselves top of the league and looking good. We're going with Paqueta in goal. A back four of Guiladucci, Da Silva, Diaz and Arango. Benir at the base of the midfield. Addo's injured. He's going to be out for the next month or so yet. He's got a torn hamstring, so Benir's getting a run in the team. That's why I had to buy two of them back in the summer. Steinman and Sarmiento ahead of him, and then Ricardo and Cernajacki supporting Gomez up front. We also have the usual injury to Lee Cook. He's got a pulled calf muscle. He's going to be out for another 3 weeks or so. Soma's picked up an injury as well. So Juninho and Sebastião are perfectly adequate backups to Gomez. I'm not writing Soma off yet because we'll wait until he's learnt to speak fluent English. But at the moment, he's not impressing me massively. But of course, we know what it's like with these players. Once they learn to speak English, they're a different player. We had the exact same thing with Gomez. Right, let's avenge what happened last time we played Liverpool. Because if you remember, when Gomez signed, his first 10 games or so, I don't think he scored a goal. And there was calls to bring Evan Lahif back into the team. But then around about Christmas time, Gomez mastered English and was just scoring for fun for the second half of that season and ended up winning the Golden Boot. I'm not expecting Soma to do that because Soma's not going to waltz straight into the team the way Gomez did. But once he learns English, I am hopeful. He still gets called up to every Argentina squad. So if he's getting called up as a striker for Argentina, as far as I'm concerned, he can't be that bad because Gomez doesn't get called up for Colombia most of the time. And we know that's some kind of weird game glitch where it doesn't recognise how good he is. But Soma's not as bad as I think some people think he is either. Guiladucci to Sarmiento. And I thought that had just like pinballed into the back of the net. I think it ended up hitting Gomez. It's just the kind of thing you'd expect Gomez to score from. A goal he wasn't even aware of. Cernajacki with the corner. It falls to Steinman with the header. And I thought he'd looped that just high enough to evade the Liverpool goalkeeper. Alas, he did not. Liverpool, of course, have Stamenkovic up front, the guy who's been pushing Gomez every year for this Golden Boot. And now I've mentioned him, will score. He'll probably take this penalty and score it. It was just such sloppy defending from Ricardo. And is it going to be Stamenkovic to take? No, someone else. It's all the same. It's a goal for Liverpool. Liverpool, of course, who were a very good side last year, finished second. That doesn't necessarily mean everything, because as you can see, Burnley, after what we saw Burnley do last year, Burnley are now in a relegation battle this year. So I'm not quite sure what's gone on at Burnley. Perhaps we should investigate after this match. Maybe they sold half their players or something, but Burnley are way down in 17th place and struggling, which puts some of our iffy seasons into context. I'm a little bit happier seeing them do that. Right. Aggression. Come on, show some desire. We're going to go attacking and meet. Oh, we already are attacking. That might be where we're going wrong. I don't think this is one of those games where we probably shouldn't have got into it attacking. But now we've kind of got to stay attacking. We've made a rod for our own backs. And now we've got a break on if we can get there first. But I don't think we're going to. And was that Cernajacki? Cernajacki looked like he was moving quite slowly there. That's a little bit of a worry. Right, Diaz with the long throw. Doesn't find a Bourne player. But it falls to Steinman, who's lurking on the edge of the area. Has a little bit of space here. Finds Benir, who kind of ran into trouble. And then he's brought this on himself. We had a player in space on the edge of the area. And we've somehow managed to turn it into a counter-attack for Liverpool without them actually really doing very much. It was all self-inflicted. I'm demanding more, and there's going to be a tactical change in a minute. Gomez isn't playing well. I was just speaking so highly of you, Christian. You've not even missed a penalty today. Why are you having such a bad game? After this highlight, we're making some changes, unless we score, in which case we'll probably keep things as they are. Bonilla, look, big ball forward, looking for Ricardo. He finds him. Ricardo running at the Liverpool defence. He's trying to make up for the fact he gave away the penalty. This is great stuff from Ricardo, but it is wide. I don't think it's even a corner. I think he just missed. Right. Changes. Janino definitely coming on. That's change number 1. And I think we're going to bring Sebastião on as well. And we're going to go 2 up top. Our 2 Brazilians, even though Sebastião's French. Janino, we know he's a good false 9. We're going to keep the midfield as is. I'm always tempted to send Bakita forward, even though he's only 6'2". We'll do it in the last 10 minutes if we absolutely have to. I just like the idea. If you watch the Streamer Showdown, you'd have seen how much fun it is. Or if you watched the game where I played Zealand and Donnarumma scored twice, it's a lot of fun sending your goalkeeper forward. I want it to happen in a YouTube video, but I don't think we have the goalkeeper in this save to do it because he's no taller than most of the outfield players, which means he doesn't have the advantage that a normal goalkeeper would have. By normal goalkeeper, I mean a giant goalkeeper. How tall is Michael Beagles? See, he's only 6'2" as well. It's no good. We need an enormous goalkeeper. Right, for my final change, I am going to take off. I'm going to take off Senajaki because I don't want to break him. Ariel can come on and play out wide on that side. Ariel doesn't really play wide, but he's learning to, and he's going to have to today. We're going to go very attacking, and we are going to send the goalkeeper forward and see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? I'm aware of what the worst that could happen is. It's not fun, but let's just get him forward. Why would Sebastião be taking the corner? I guess because there's no one else available to take it, because Senajaki's gone off. That's not a disaster. Right. More. Come on. A Bakita goal and the crowd goes wild. That's what we're looking for here. De Silva looking ahead clear. We're on very attacking, which I almost never do. I've started doing it a lot more recently. Just to try and do something in these games where it doesn't quite go our way. We were in such a strong position before this game. And now we've lost Arango. And it's a proper injury as well. And that's a problem. We're just going to go to 3 at the back. We might as well. Just do that. Because we've got to try and score. There's no point worrying about defending in a situation like this. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Ridiculous. I know Liverpool are a good side, but we just didn't look like we were on their level. And I was talking about winning the league before that game. Right, make me feel better. Let's go and beat Tottenham. Trying to continue my run of sensible signings. And we've spent £11 million on a backup player to cover the ones who've just left. Fabio, 24-year-old Brazilian. Obviously, he's Brazilian. But he's mainly a striker. I'm not planning on playing him as a striker. But he can play on either of the wings. So he's going to be there as our kind of replacement backup for Bellico. He'll cover Gervin being missing as well. Cook being injured, so he just provides us a little bit of cover in all of these positions. Theoretically, he's a leading Premier League player and a better striker than Gomez. I think not. So just the one change to the team for the Tottenham game, then Gilarducci moving over to right back to cover for Arango. Regulus coming in at left back. Fabio is on the bench as well, so we'll hopefully get the opportunity to have a look at him during the game. But obviously only when we're 3 or 4 goals up. That's what we're looking for. I've spent about 20 minutes just looking at potential transfers between these 2 matches, even though we don't need anybody. It's just my natural reaction. We lost a game. Right, let's go and sign somebody. It's the first game we'd lost for ages, and we are still looking very good for a Champions League finish. We're still in a title race. We're still only 5 points behind Manchester United, and we still have to play them. So we're very much in a title race still. Senajaki's injured. Right, we're monitoring. Did it say what that was? A stub toe. A stub toe isn't one of his recurring injuries, so we'll leave him on for now. If he drops below 70% condition, he's coming off, no matter what point of the match it is. That's someone for their team. I don't need to worry about him getting injured. Cernajacki's fitness is dropping. It is a corner from Cernajacki, though. Steinman's there, but he can't quite get it past the goalkeeper. Come on, boys, let's grab a goal before half-time, because Cernajacki's probably coming off at half-time. We're going to be looking at Fabio earlier than expected, coming on that right-hand side. Right, let's aggressively, far from pleased with what I've just seen. We can't have a 2-match episode where we just rubbish in both. No, not Sarmiento. I'm aiming for Cernajacki. We're going to bring Fabio on. I mean, he's not perfect out here, is he? But he'll do. We'll stick him out there and we'll see how he gets on. Playing as a winger, even though he's a striker. Really, he should be playing as a second striker alongside Gomez. We could potentially switch to a diamond and stick Fabio in alongside Gomez and get Ricardo in behind them. It gets both of those two players in their natural positions. In fact, you know, it's a debut for Fabio. It's only fair to play him in his correct position. If we line up something like this, get Ricardo right up there as well. And we actually have a support striker, something we've never really had. We've always gone for the Gomez model. We want advanced forwards who are quick, they're good finishers. We've actually got someone who's going to be there to maybe create some stuff for the players around him. Benia's injured now as well. We literally switched to a diamond, and then 8 minutes later, our defensive midfielder has pulled a back muscle. What a ridiculous injury. We're going old school, kids. We are going old school. No, we're not, actually. We can drop Steinman back. Forgot about that. I was going to go to the 4-3-1-2, but in actual fact, we'll do this. We'll try and keep this shape. We can't do a third different shape of the second half. That would be ridiculous. Right. De Silva heads forward to Steinman, who is now playing deep, but running forward, because why not? In fact, he's probably still having his final moments as box-to-box midfielder. He knows what's coming, so wants to get forward one more time. Geladucci with the cross. It ends up with Regulus on the edge of the area. Steinman back to an injured Benia, out to Geladucci. We've got options in the middle. Ricardo's there. Ricardo's there again, but can't quite force it past the goalkeeper. United have now gone ahead in their game, so what was a 5-point gap's now gone up to a 7-point gap. And that was a crazy attempt at defending. I think it was, who's number 22? Is that De Silva? Whoever it was, oh no, it's Regulus. It was a terrible attempt at defending from Regulus. He was completely out of position. Regulus plays it across to Steinman. Out to Geladucci, who's wide on this right-hand side again. He's giving us all our width. Cross comes in to Steinman, who's still getting forward. You are playing as a defensive midfielder now. Play a little deeper, please. I like the fact that you're our captain and you want us to win. He's getting a lot of the ball. Plays the ball forward. Looking for Regulus, who's way, way forward on this left-hand side. Our most advanced player at the moment, which does mean there's going to be a big hole behind him, which Steinman's going to need to come across to cover. But Tottenham are in through that gap on the left-hand side. Luckily, their effort goes wide. I want to have some creativity, I think. Rather than shouting at them all the time, let's just try and encourage some creativity. Oh, maybe Fabio wasn't the best signing. It's because he was cheap and could play in many positions. But I think he needs to actually train at some of these positions before we bring him into matches and get him playing there. He'd be a better signing if he was 19. At 24, he's going to expect regular game time. Diaz with the long throw, looking for Sarmiento. Couldn't find him. Sarmiento looked like he was obstructed in the penalty area there. Geladucci just with a crunching knee-high tackle to stop any attempt at a counter-attack. Right, we are gonna take off Ricardo, and we're going to bring on young Alex Lavelle to play in midfield and push Ariel further forward into everyone's favourite position for Ariel as the attacking midfielder. He was so successful there for so long, but we're getting one of our youngsters on. Lavelle comes on in midfield, or Laval, not Lavelle, or Lavala, I imagine it probably is, because I think he is Argentinian. So it's probably Lavala, maybe, or Lavea. We're just going to call him Lavelle, because otherwise I'm going to get confused. You're going to tell me in the comments how every option I presented to you there was wrong, and then we'll agree that we're all going to do it my way, because that's how it works. Oh, Tottenham are going to score. Paquita makes the save. Come on, for goodness sake. We need a goal today. Diaz with another attempt at a long throw. Looking for Why are we aiming at Sarmiento with these throws? He's not tall. Ariel in an advanced position. He's got options in the middle of him. Ariel's still got the ball. Squares it to Gomez. Gomez has got support alongside him. Use it! Sarmiento with the effort from range. Who was that? Was that Laval? He was stood next to Gomez. Why Gomez isn't releasing the ball to him there, I have no idea. 10 minutes of passion to finish things off. Tottenham are about to score a free kick. I'm going to be very, very frustrated by it because we looked good going into this episode. Oh, come on, boys. Just need one good attack. Can't get Soma back quickly enough. We can't score. We need to get Soma back in the team. Diaz plays it forward. I mean, everyone said wait for Gomez to drop out of form before dropping him. Well, you've watched him play 2 games today. Is that enough of a drop out of form to justify getting Soma back into the team when he's fit? Oh. We could have been top of the league at the end of this episode. But through a couple of Botley matches, we've basically handed the title to Manchester United, and it's still only February. We've got Barcelona to come. That's what it is. It's Barcelona syndrome. We've got a big Champions League game coming up, so we're now going to be rubbish until we play it. It happens every time. Oh dear. Come on. Why is this game still going? We were never going to score it. If we'd have played for another month, we were never going to score a goal. Well, need to do better than that in our next game against Burnley. We said we were going to check on Burnley, actually, to see if they sold all their players in the summer. No. So no idea where it went wrong for Burnley. Did they lose their manager? Last Christmas. I guess they did start to... That's weird, actually. So they sacked him. Oh, no, they sacked... That's the guy... So they did. They lost their manager in the summer and then sacked the replacement. Okay. But they sacked the previous manager. That's absolute madness. Absolute madness. Burnley finished 6th and sacked their manager. What a ridiculous world we live in. Right. We'll be back tomorrow for Barcelona. Probably the second leg. Because I can't really do them both in the same episode. And I don't really want to do... I don't want to drag it out too much. So we'll do Barcelona and then either Watford or Norwich, depending on which one seems most interesting at the time. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.